Hello, magic makers, and welcome to November. Here we go, entering into the month of the 11. Love the number 11. It's the number of mastery. Be sure to stick around to the end. We're going to draw a card. It's going to help to optimize the frequency for this month. We'll go through the numerology, the astrology, and some of the key energy points to optimize the deliverance of this very potent and powerful month. So November, like all the months, will not disappoint you. It is the wrap-up phase in a lot of ways as we head towards the end of this year. So it is the 11th month. The number 11 is the number of mastery, and it really is what takes you into the higher realms, into your greatest expression of your divinity, into being one in the harmony and the harmonics of the truth, of seeing what is, of seeing through the veils of illusion. It optimizes and amplifies your spiritual awakening. The 11 is the one to the one, and so you are the one. You are the chosen ones who said yes to being here during this amazing pivotal time on planet Earth. So this frequency is profound. Spirit's been saying that this is going to be a real pivot, a very transformational month, and a month of a lot of pivot. And so as we get into the astrology and numerology, you'll see how they're all kind of lining up for your greatest expansion, and really is a preparatory kind of portal, I'll say, that's going to take us through to 2024, which is a very expansive year. So it's a journey of transformation. The universal number code for this month is the number 9. We take the 11 and we add it to the 7, and it gives us, we reduce it into the number 9. So 9 is the number of completion. It's the number of wrapping up, right? It's the last number in the sequence, and it takes us back to the new beginning of the one. So it's a period of completion. It's a time of great reflection, and it's a time to really be in the embodiment and embrace the ending. So what has this year brought for you? What has this portal of your own awakening and the elevation and shift of your consciousness? What do you know? And most importantly, what do you know is ready, like really, really ready to be let go of? And so it's a great time to release habits, to move into completion, to allow the transformation and the spiritual growth of the 11, to find that which is in resistance and holding you back from your greatest expression, and really move into the full embodiment of what is available for you to become. And it's super important, especially as we're, in the edge of moving into 2024. It's also time to tie up those loose ends. So the things that have been haunting you, nagging at you, that are really needing to be addressed, this is the time to address those things, to find the completion, to wrap up that which no longer serves you. And so think of it as the letting go, tidying up process to become the new higher elevated frequency of you and your mastery. It's going to encourage you to take a much closer look at what is and what is not working for you, and really to take the lens of illusion off, to look at it through the eyes of the master, to look at it with discernment, to get crystal clear and to make those decisions that need to be made. Also, let's remember your post-eclipse. We just came out of that really intense eclipse portal, and we're also entering into the 11:11 gateway. So it's an in-between time, especially in this first week of the month, for you to really get clear, like take an inventory. What is not working? And are you willing to make the changes needed for you to ascend in your highest way? That's what this month calls for. So numerologically speaking, on the 4th of November, we move into Saturn. It goes direct in Pisces, and it's been retrograde for some time. So Saturn's the rule maker of the zodiac. So we've been playing this like little bit of a wild card experience while it's been retrograde. And it's time to come back in, like, as the ruler. It's time to come back in. I'm not a fan of rules. I'm an Aquarius. So, but to be in the ruling of your sovereignty, to be in, a little bit of that like wild card, trying things on, playing things out. Now it's time to it's time to get real. And it's time to take all those things that you've been dreaming about over the weeks and months of past and to really take them into actualized form. It's time to take some action in our lives. And this is what's going to support us, especially moving into the sign of Pisces, which brings that dreamer into the reality. November 8th, Venus, the planet of love, enters into sweet and sexy Libra, giving you a bit more than you might have bargained for. It's going to turn it's really amplifies a lot of your more intimate relationships. And that intimate relationship can be with yourself as well, and also with those that are closest to you. And it's time to really take, intimate relationships might take an unexpected turn in deepening, in intensity, in deepening the well of connection, which can be an exciting experience. And if you've been in a long-term relationship, it's time to really look at your intimacy. What has fallen through the cracks? What have you lost sight of? And to get your attention and your intention back into creating that balance and harmony that Libra loves, while Venus is hanging out in that realm. November 13th, 1113. The 13 is the number of the divine feminine. Oh, wait, let's go to 1111. 1111 occurs, and 1111 is the portal of great expansion. It's the master to the master. The 9-9 opened up the portal. The 10-10 activates the new beginnings. The 11-11 delivers you into the mastery. And the 12-12, in my perception, brings us into the space of being like the server, into service, into showing, into creatively leading that which has been amplified through the journey of the previous portals. So the 11-11 is upon us. There's some links for some great retreat that I'm part of down below. It is an opportunity to really, truly shed the old that the frequencies are giving us this month, and to really step into the wisdom and the embodiment of your mastery as a highly sighted, highly intuitive light beam starseed here on planet Earth at this time. And then we move into that Monday, we move into the new moon in Scorpio on the 13th, which is the number of the divine feminine. I'm also offering a 5-week She Awakens course starting on the 13th to optimize the divine feminine and this new moon energy. And that link is also below. So lots of goodies for you this month. It's going to give you absolute permission. So new moons are always new starts. It's always a new beginning. But that Scorpio energy brings in this innovative, fresh new start to really embody this change, to show up in a way that is fundamentally perhaps different than you've ever allowed yourself to show up before. And that's a lot of what She Awakens is. It's about putting your crown back on and claiming your space amongst things, especially if you've forgotten who you are in the ripening of age and wisdom. So this new moon doesn't just bring about the new month, it brings about the new you. If you're willing to become it, you must set all the way in it and allow yourself, like strip away with the energy of the 9 that is bringing us to completion, and the new moon bringing in the new beginning on the 13th, the day of the divine feminine. It's a culmination of you coming into your greatest expression and allowing yourself to become new. Now, it also is optimized to purge any negativity, anything that is behind you. Again, culminating in this, any limitations you're holding, any belief systems about yourself, your worth, your ability, all of that is coming into the cycle of completion in this new moon. And whether you think you're ready for it or not, it's go time. That is what this frequency will bring us. It's the rise or release. You do not have to keep exhausting yourself with things that are done for you. You have to let them go. There's a chapter in my book, The Palace of Light, Rise or Release. Everything's not coming into the new you with you, and it's okay. It's okay to let go. And in fact, the only way to move ahead and to become the newness of your greatest expression is by how willing you are to pivot and let that which is complete rest behind you. Okay, November 22nd, 1122, another code, mastery, and the 2 is the number of balance. It's the number of sacred holy union. So anytime numbers are amplified into the mirror of themselves, they become double if even more exponentially powerful. So the 11 brings you the mastery, and the 22 brings you the opportunity to move into balance, harmony, and out of duality. So it's a powerful day, and the sun enters Sagittarius on that day. So we're going to move into the sign of adventure, the sign of travel, the sign of spiritual awareness, the sign of optimism, the sign of, celebration. What Sag doesn't love a good party? Social experiences, bringing on your inner extrovert, even if that's not your natural state. And it's great because it gives us the lead in into the holiday season, which often requires us to have more interaction and more social kind of experiences. So it's time to let the stress go and to really move into some of the fun and the joy, to find optimism, especially on any days that seem challenging. And it's been, this human journey is riddled with opportunities, we'll call it. I don't like the word challenges, but it's all opportunities. And it's so much what we're doing here is we're walking each other home as we're remembering who we are at soul level and really coming into this higher experience as the exalted beings of light, as the divine beings of light, that we are by soul agreement living this human experience, right? Bringing heaven to earth is about bringing that expanded awareness and remembrance of who you are at soul level into your earthly embodiment, into your daily living, into your service in the world. So it is a time to find optimism, but it's also a time of accountability. So the Sag Sun is going to bring us into, and actually the number codes of this month, as the master and as the ending, it also brings you into, and Saturn going direct, especially in Pisces, that what are your dreams, right? So I work a lot with women in their womb work and their womb reclamation, making the heart and the womb have coherence. And the womb is the space where we plant our dreams, where we plant the seeds of our intention. Now we're moving out of the fall, we're moving into the winter. And this is the time of planting seeds, right? That will be harvested in the new year. So it's not just the dreamer, it's the inspired action that is going to deliver you with the greatest results right now. That's what the frequency of this month is bringing. On November the 27th, we will have the full moon in Gemini. And with that extra energy of Gemini, who doesn't love Gemini? Imaginative ideas, discussions, lots of things come to elevate your mind, to elevate your thinking, to expand you. Full moons are expanders. They show the light. They cast the light everywhere. They cast the light through the shadow, and the light creates shadow. So it's an opportunity to really become the absolute, Spirit is saying, of your greatest expression. And Gemini loves to bring all of that, sometimes with its little extra flair, but it can be a lot. This full moon might be a lot because of the unpredictability that Gemini brings, and you can expect the unexpected. And stay in your own lane, as always, in any full moon frequency. Stay in your own lane, lead with love, and let the creativity and the expression of Gemini actually work for you instead of overworking you, is what Spirit's saying. So I'll leave you to the discernment of that. It's also an amazing time to help you get really into the strategy of your future. Again, this pairs in with that dreamer mind is great. You have to plant the seeds, but seeds unattended create nothing. Right? So they need to be watered. They need to be nurtured. They need a good environment to deepen their root system so that they can rise to the light. And the same is true with any great idea. A great idea dreamed is beautiful. When it is actualized, the creation shall be potent. So look at how your behaviors and some of your habits are holding you back. Remember, this is the month of letting go. And so any habits, behaviors, that simply aren't serving you in your greatest creation and production is what is wanting to be let go of right now. The card for this month, and I'm pulling from Alana Fairchild, Sacred Rebels, my favorite deck. The card that's coming through is the number 19, which is the 10, which brings us the fresh start, new beginnings. Now, it's interesting. It's the 1 and the 9, right? So we have the 1 of the 11 and the 9 of the completion of the universal month. So before we add them together, it's really optimizing this 11 and this 9 frequency. And then if we take the 9, 10, if we add these two together, it gives us the 10. So everything about this month is in preparation and optimization of the new fresh start, we'll move into in next month's new beginning code, which also is the end of the year. So that's a fascinating juxtaposition. The word is dream, a beautiful dream. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. But it's important that you understand that whatever you're dreaming, you are amplifying the codes of planet Earth. You are seeing the Earth herself light up in a new frequency, in a new way. We're creating heaven on earth. We are birthing a new earth. And every expression that you become, every expansion of your service at its highest level becomes a contribution to the wholeness of the unity of the consciousness of the collective of all of humanity. So dream a beautiful dream and bring it into fruition. Allow the energy of the 11 to carry you, the 9 to complete that which is standing in your way, to allow you to be optimized in the deliverance, and get creating. I am sending so much love to your light. Have a blessed November.